This video is very important. It will give you some tips and instructions on how to use a pencil and an eraser. Miss Wanda, I already know how to use a pencil and an eraser. Yes, I know. But maybe there's some things that you haven't been doing quite well that these little tips can help you to make your art class a little bit easier. So the first thing you should do is make sure to hold your pencil in between your first 3 fingers. Make sure that your other 2 fingers are tucked out of the way. You should hold it about 1 inch from the point and always lift your pinky. No. Hold your pencil however is comfortable for you. I had you go in there for a second. I really don't care how you hold your pencil. I've seen some people hold their pencils in really weird ways. If it works for you, if it's been working for you for years, why change now? That's silly. So you can hold your pencil however you like. But I am going to show you some things that you can do by using these pencils. Sometimes when people start drawing, they're a little scared. So they use a technique called sketching. Sketching is the act of using many different little lines to create one overall line. I shall draw a spoon. I have drawn a spoon. I have a problem though. It's a hairy spoon. Can you imagine eating breakfast cereal from a hairy spoon? You would pick up the cereal, put it in your mouth, and then you have to pick hair out of your mouth constantly. Ugh, not good. There is an artist though that created a sculpted spoon and teacup and covered it with fur. You can see it in some art history textbooks. That's it right here. But I for sure don't want to eat my breakfast cereal with a hairy spoon. So what should I do with my hairy spoon? Well, I can shave the spoon. I can erase the hairy lines and then put back another line. And if I'm still not sure, it might still be sketchy. Then you'd have to shave it again. And then pretty soon you've spent a half hour just trying to fix it. That's not a preferable way to do things. Now, sketching is a hard habit to break once you have it. So if you do sketch, please don't stress, but maybe try it a different way to help you out. If you can, try to draw your lines with one easy and smooth line instead of a bunch of little ones. Because then, if you have to fix something, you only have 1 or 2 lines to erase instead of 75. So it saves you a lot of work and a lot of time in the long run. Now, like I said though, sketching is a hard habit to break if you already have it. So if you do, don't stress too much. You don't have to change your entire way of drawing. But if you're just starting out, try with a nice, simple, smooth line. Now, some people, though, get so stressed out about this that when they draw, they're gritting their teeth and saying, all right, I'm going to draw a smooth line. Watch me. I'm going to draw this. Not going to sketch. It's going to be great. And they get so tense and so stressed out that they press really, really hard. The problem with this is, if you have to fix something and you go to erase it, that line is not going away. That's there forever. That is now what we call a ghost line. Ooh. Now, ghost lines, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, I can just shade on top of it. No one will see. Okay, let's try it. So I'm a shading. Oh, what? What is going on? My ghost remains. Yes, we tried to exorcise it, but it did not work. Here's what's even worse. If you were really stressed out and you were really pressing hard, you may end up with a ghost on your next page. If you were really stressed out and your paper was very thin, you may have a ghost on several pages. And you'll be drawing a puppy, and there's a spoon. Oh, you'll be drawing Iron Man, and there's a spoon. And that spoon keeps coming back. So we have a spoon that stays here forever. Now, these ghost marks, while troublesome when we're drawing, also can happen accidentally. Let's say if you are doing math homework on top of your artwork, and then you move your math work, and then you start shading, and all of a sudden there's your math. Or even worse, you were writing a love letter to someone. Ooh, baby, baby. And all of a sudden that comes up in your artwork. Please don't write or draw on top of your artworks, and don't be quite so heavy with it. Now, the ghost spoon can only be fixed by retracing the whole thing or starting over, and we don't want to do that. So do your best to avoid the ghost spoons and the hairy spoons. Now, inevitably, even if you draw nice and smooth, you will have to erase. I didn't like this side of the spoon quite so much, so I will come over here and I will try to improve the symmetry. Nice smooth little line, a little bit of sketching that I'll have to shave. And okay, I like the shape better. But we have a problem. Eraser poo. What? You heard me. Eraser poo. It is the refuse left behind by the eraser. Oh no, eraser poo, eraser poo. What are we to do with eraser poo? Well, one thing you can do is brush it away. But one thing that happens, especially when you're shading, is that sometimes your graphite can smudge, which you would then have to erase, which will make more eraser poo, and then you brush it away, and then you have to erase, and there will be more eraser poo, and then you will have to erase. Oh, it's going to be a never-ending circle. It's not going to be good. So, not good to brush it because you will smudge. So what else shall we do? Well, eraser poo, eraser poo. Here it is. What shall we do? Lord. Tenacious eraser poo. Blowing it away is one thing that people will have a tendency to do. But one thing that happens when you can blow away the eraser poo is that spit happens. Now, spit all over an artwork is not good. Especially if you have been sucking on a peppermint and all of a sudden there is pink spit everywhere. Not the best idea to do that. Please don't spit on your artwork. I really won't want to touch it. So, eraser poo, eraser poo. Whatever are we to do with eraser poo? One thing you can do is to take a soft brush, paintbrush, or a blush brush that hasn't been used for blush, and you can brush the eraser poo away. Because the bristles are soft, they won't smudge everything, and you don't have to spit on your artwork. Now, sometimes there is tenacious poo. The eraser can pick those up. If you just push on them, it can pick up the tenacious poo. But eraser poo, do your best to not spit on your artwork or smudge it. That is very important. Now, these were just a few little tricks on how to use a pencil and how to use an eraser. When you're drawing, practice these. and it will help you avoid smudges. It will help you avoid fuzzy spoons and having to pick hair out of your mouth. And it will help you avoid ghost marks, which shall haunt your drawings forevermore. Nice, smooth, even lines, not pushing too hard so that you can erase when you need to. So those are just a few tips and tricks of what you can use your pencil and eraser for, and how to avoid some common housekeeping mistakes that can actually lower your grade a little bit, especially if there are excessive amounts of smudging or ghost marks. Those are two things that can lower that housekeeping grade.